Ever get that icky feeling, you know, like you're downloading some new app, something you absolutely need, right? But then right as you're clicking accept on the permissions, this little voice pops up like, there goes another one. Another company's got its hooks in your data. Well, get this. I found something that might just be the answer to our privacy prayers. TagSpaces.
Oh, intriguing. Sounds like you're talking about that growing desire for, what do you call it, digital self-sovereignty. People are realizing the cloud's convenience might have some strings attached.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what makes this deep dive so interesting. We're going deep on TagSpaces, which, get this, it's not just another app. It's like a whole platform almost. You build your own app ecosystem all around your files. It's like, how cool is that?
Ah, that's where this whole file-based apps thing comes in. TagSpaces, see, it lets you turn regular folders on your computer into these really powerful tools. Imagine notes, Kanban boards, even a 3D model viewer, all without relying on someone else's servers.
Okay, hold on. You're blowing my mind a little. How's it even work? It's not magic, is it?
Simpler than you think, actually. It uses something called perspectives. Imagine putting on different glasses, right? Suddenly, the same folder looks totally different depending on what you need to do.
So it's less about the app itself and more about how it helps me wrangle my existing files.
Exactly. Instead of a traditional database, it works by organizing plain text files right inside your folders. It sounds a little technical, but what it means is freedom, control. You're in the driver's seat.
Okay, sold. What are the real advantages here? Lay it on me.
Well, first off, total control, ownership. Your
Yeah.
data is yours. It stays on your device, not in some company's data center.
Yeah.
And because it's just files, transferring everything, easy peasy. Move a folder, you're done. No more worrying about apps shutting down or jacking up prices, no vendor lock-in.
That whole vendor lock-in thing, it's like they're holding your data hostage with a smile.
With TagSpaces, your data is yours,
Ito.
period. Where it lives, how it's used. If you move it, all you.
Seriously, this is amazing. Okay, but let's talk offline access. I'm on the go a lot, and nothing's worse than that sinking feeling when you realize, nope, no internet.
See, that's the beauty of a file-based system. Everything's local, right on your device. So internet or no internet, you can access your stuff. Airplane mode, no problem. Work on a presentation, review notes, TagSpaces doesn't even blink.
Okay, sold on the concept. But before I delete all my other apps, let's get a little geeky here. How's TagSpaces actually work? Like, behind the scenes.
Sure, so at its core, TagSpaces has two main parts. You've got the front end, that's what you see and use, and then there's the back end, where your files actually live. And the great part is, you control that storage. Your computer, external drive, even a secure cloud service if you want to sync across devices.
Wait, cloud? I thought we were getting away from that.
Hey, it's your call. TagSpace is all about flexibility. If you want the cloud but don't love the big guys, you can use things like Amazon S3, super secure, affordable storage.
Okay, for those of us who aren't, coding wizards, what is S3 storage? Do I need a degree in computer science for this?
Nah, don't worry. It's not as scary as it sounds. Think of it like a giant secure warehouse for your files, right?
Yeah.
TagSpaces connects to that warehouse and keeps everything synced up. So you can get to your stuff from anywhere. But the key is, even if you use the cloud, your files are still just files, not trapped in some app. The cloud's just for easy storage and access.
This is seriously impressive, but I gotta be honest, I'm a bit wary. Am I gonna be wrestling with command lines and settings just to get this thing working? Is it user-friendly?
It's a fair point. The desktop versions are really intuitive.
Yeah.
Drag, drop, apply tags, choose your perspective. Think of those perspectives like different lenses for looking at your files.
So like having a bunch of specialized apps, but without the whole data harvesting thing?
Bingo. You're in the driver's seat, you choose how to use it, where your data lives, and the best part, you don't need to be a tech whiz to use it.
Okay. Enough tech talk for a sec. Let's get real. How does this actually work in real life? Say I'm working on a presentation, right? Papers everywhere, images, notes, scribbled on who knows what. You know the drill. How's TagSpaces gonna wrangle that mess?
Oh, I can see it now. Total digital chaos. Well, with TagSpaces, you'd start with a dedicated folder. Call it presentation TagSpaces or something. Throw everything in there. Papers, articles, images, the whole shebang. Now, instead of it being a black hole, you can view it through a specific perspective, like the document viewer. Preview PDFs, scroll through spreadsheets, even annotate right there, all within TagSpaces. No need to juggle a million different apps.
That's slick. But you mentioned notes, and my brain, it's visual. Mind maps, that's my jam. How does TagSpaces handle that?
Perfect fit, actually. Because TagSpaces loves plain text files. You can create mind maps using something simple, like Markdown. Then bam, with the mind map perspective, you're interacting with your creation right in TagSpaces. No data leaving your device, no subscriptions required.
Whoa, it just hit me. This isn't just storage. It's like building a whole system without needing to know how to code. What about when you're collaborating? That's when things get really hairy, am I right?
Ugh. Ah, the collaborative black hole. Emails, spreadsheets, chats blowing up your phone. Here's the TagSpaces solution. Create a shared folder in your cloud storage. Again, it's your choice, not a requirement. Invite your team, and using the Kanban perspective, you've got a visual project board right there. Tasks, assignments, progress tracking, all synced up across your team.
And here's the kicker. If we decided to use a different tool down the line, all our data is still there, right? Because it's just files.
You got it. No more starting from zero or losing info in a migration nightmare.
Seriously, this is brilliant. But gotta ask, every system has its quirks, right? What are the downsides? What's the catch?
You're right to be cautious. There are always trade-offs. One thing is, TagSpaces searches using your computer's file system. So if you've got a massive amount of data or need to do crazy complex searches, it might be a tad slow.
So, a minor inconvenience for a huge gain in privacy and control. Makes sense. But let's be honest, not everyone's a tech guru. How hard is it to set up?
Fair point. The desktop versions, they're designed to be easy. The web app version, though, that one needs a bit of technical knowledge.
So you do need to be kind of tech savvy to even get started. That's a hurdle for some people.
I hear you. But there are really great guides available online. And for the cloud storage side of things, services like Wasabi make it super simple. They offer affordable S3-compatible storage that works seamlessly with TagSpaces. Almost like having a tech-savvy buddy walking you through it.
You know, it's incredible how TagSpaces really does address a lot of the anxieties we have about, well, living our lives online. It's really refreshing.
I agree. What I find fascinating is how this whole shift towards file-based apps, it's almost like a back-to-basics movement, giving users the power to break free from these walled gardens and build something that works for them.
It really is. It's like we've been, kind of trained to just accept this whole data collection free-for-all, but then TagSpaces comes along and it's like stepping into this organized library where you're in control.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
And in that library, you get to arrange the books however you like, create your own system, no more big tech overlords charging late fees.
This has been eye-opening, really. It feels like we're on the edge of a whole new way of thinking about our digital lives. Like instead of being at the whim of these tech giants, we can take back our data, our privacy, our, well, freedom almost.
That's a future worth fighting for, where our tools work for us, not the other way around. And it's exciting to see things like TagSpaces leading the charge.
You know, expert speaker, I'm always impressed by how well you explain these complex things. Any final thoughts for our listeners before we wrap up this deep dive? Something to, like, chew on as they navigate this crazy digital world.
How about this? In a world that's becoming more and more reliant on the cloud, could these file-based apps, like what TagSpace is doing, could they be the key to a more private, more secure digital future? Or are they just a temporary solution?
Now that is a question. It really feels like we're at a crossroads, and the choices we make now, they're going to shape the digital world we live in tomorrow. So to everyone listening, if this got you thinking, maybe it's time to give file-based apps a shot, see how they fit into your life. And with that, thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time.